stuff that's redacted in body cams and in the reports, and then there's stuff missing.
Okay, hold on. Then you acknowledge that they've sent you those body cam footages
So,
for those.
one I want, and then
You've never seen the video,
no,
the body cam footage.
well, I've been
Okay.
again.
Do you know whether or not that's been submitted?
As far as I know, under these days, been built.
All right.
It is.
All right, but now you're talking about FOIA stuff. I'm talking about that body cam. That's all I'm talking about is one body cam. Okay. All right. But you can't. So submit a formal request for body cam footage. Resubmit it. She can file a motion with me and say, I'm not going to submit that because, and we'll go from there. All right. That's that one specific issue. Agreed? Okay. All right, let's get back to your argument, Mr. Crucell, that the language that we just went over is overly broad or vague. Let's hit that again. So is it the definition of the ORV that you think is overly broad?
Oh, absolutely. It basically encompasses any, they said, it even says, any vehicle capable of cross-country travel without benefit. And that's any vehicle, I mean, you can even take a smart car off the road if you wanted to, essentially. I mean, and that's what I mean. The way you just reads, they could just apply that anytime they want to any vehicle, whenever they want.
If I'm understanding your argument, you and I.
In commercial, so that's what they.
Right. So your argument is because they could write ORV on a roadway for that means this statute or this ordinance is overly broad. All right. Except they can't because the state of Michigan has licensed me to put my F-150 on the road.
But again, the same point, mine can be the same thing.
But it's not licensed. It can be. It can be. And I would like to see you do that because then I want to see how they're going to keep you off the road. The state of Michigan said you can put that on the road.
But again, Your Honor, that the whole reason that they're trying to dance around the whole thing, because if they didn't bring up none of the registration.
I know you're getting back to the confusion
stuff, right? They're trying to use a definition of ORV to.
I get with the whole, you sat in the car 45 minutes, they decide aspect of it.
So you're saying that if I want to pay a tax stamp for something, that now all of a sudden it's not this, but then they're trying to claim it's this. So how does a tag all of a sudden make this, not this? Doesn't make sense.
Hold on, you lost me.
All of a sudden, so what they're.
Believe me, brother, I'm the first one to think I'm the first one to jump in the bandwagon with you, but they're putting their right safe for me to put a little bit of research if I get it. If turn signals front and rear, I got to have a rear mirror. The state of Michigan is checking all these things off. The F-150s that you and I drive.
Yeah, but again, you're giving an example of someone building something. The thing that my vehicle already comes equipped and built and manufactured that way.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. I can guarantee you that if somebody took the time and researched what these roadworthy requirements were state by state, they would be different. There'd be similarities, but they'd be different. So for Terex to sell it and say it's roadworthy, they're not guaranteeing you that it's legal in Michigan. They can't.
Well, that's why I put those disclaimers on. The other thing too.
Stop. I'm not done with my argument. That's where the registration process comes from. The individual states saying, yeah, Crucell, we think your Terex is legal on Michigan roads. That's the whole part of the process that changes from just any old thing that they decide they want to ticket somebody because they had it on the roadway. They could claim it's an ORV. No, they can't because it's registered, my F-150, your F-150. It's registered with the state of Michigan as a motor vehicle, i.e. legal to be on the roads. That's what kills your overly broad argument is because there's a process by which it is no longer an ORV. It's now roadworthy because the state of Michigan is registered as such.
But again, the state of Michigan is arbitrarily trying to convert everyone's right to travel by saying you get this.
That's a different argument.
Yeah, but see,
That's a different argument.
I get where you're trying to go with this, I understand that, but again, you look at this definition, and I was not, no one said anything, again, this all goes back to, I was not cited for no registration, I was not cited for insurance, none of that stuff even was even brought up. It was strictly the ORV that they're trying to stick to. And again, by going off this definition, that can be any single vehicle in the world, anything that they want is capable of going off road.
Well, but here's my ruling.
Regardless.
Here's my ruling. Because there's a process to register vehicles, whether or not they're ORVs, F-150s, whatever they are, because there's a process in the state of Michigan that's to register them as roadworthy, I don't think that's overly broad language. Because I think you can't read everything in a vacuum. So my ruling is, on that motion, my ruling is, I deny your motion that it's overly broad. I don't believe it is. But I still have problems with the way the whole thing went down. I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that. Because, and I think I've told you this from the beginning. I get it. Matter of fact, I think the first day you were here, I get it. You've had interactions with Huron Township police officers that said you're good, and now all of a sudden this guy says you're not good, and here we are. I mean, that's blatantly unfair. Whether or not it was accidental or by design, it's still like, okay, that's not fair, but that's the way things happen. All right. There's not a hell of a lot of there's a distinction, but you know, if I drive 75 miles an hour on 275 every day, and I go by 3 officers, Huron officers, and they don't stop me because I'm only going 5 over, but the state stops me and writes me for going 1 to 6 over. It's kind of unfair, but clearly I violated the law. You follow me?
Yeah, but you're comparing to different departments.
It's apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to make that argument.
Right, which is what I told you way back when. It's like, hey, I get it, it's unfair, but the tickets were issued. We got to go through the process and deal with it.
I can see where you're
Hold on, stop. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to deal with the unfairness in the process. Okay?
Right, which I get what you're saying, but again, if I was charging this in, say, Flat Rock, and I tried pulling this over, Huron told me, then I get that.
Oh, absolutely. Your argument's much stronger in Huron. Absolutely. And once again, I'm feeling it. Okay? I told you from the beginning, I get it. It's not, it stinks.
When you hear that, you better rap. I said it. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that.
I get it. It's not, it stinks. Okay? Do you know what the process is to register the Terex to put it on the road?
I get what the state's processes to register vehicles.
How long would it take? If you know.
Well,
I don't have a clue.
That's genuinely part of it. If I was looking to do that, I would, but again, I've been confirmed that I had my lawful right to travel by several different, including, again, this all stems from the traffic sergeant in Huron telling me that I have the lawful right to do what I have to do. So I don't have any intention.
Well, what do you think the chances are of him coming in here and testify to that?
I don't think that he would incriminate himself.
So you're planning on issuing,
I had to come to me at the gas station.
so you're going to issue a subpoena to him for trial?
And his fiance or girlfriend, because she was also the one relaying all the information to my wife about the same thing. So yeah, I would absolutely subpoena both of them to have them come here. I have a whole slew of people on the subpoena in there.
Right. Are you willing to register the Terex? It would help resolve things?
I remember you was pointing out that she would like to have a traveling argument. If I got brought into
No, don't go with the traveling argument. To resolve these issues, would you be willing to register your vehicle with the state of Michigan, the Terex?
Not at this point, no.
Okay.
Yeah, there's other arguments that I have lots of stuff to show where the conflict with that is too. But again, that's not what we're here for.
What do you think we're here for?
ORV and road. We're not here for registration, none of that stuff. That wasn't part of.
But I'm trying to resolve issues. Okay. All right, because
I'm not just going around and run around and make this big deal with here on, I'm not a criminal, I know criminal history. I was just doing something I lawfully had the right to do, it was confirmed I had the lawful right to do. And then now here we all are dealing with all this, and I'm being targeted by people that, and I've had good friends that work in the department. We've been, again, we've known Everett, he's been a part of this forever, and then now all of a sudden.
here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you want your trial. Because I don't think anything else is going to satisfy you other than to get your trial.
This needs to be dismissed, but it should have been, yeah.
But you don't have a legal argument that I can hang my hat on to dismiss it.
I had all sorts of legal aspects to show that the whole beginning of this was an unlawful stop.
You've never even argued that. You've never filed a motion to dismiss for lack of probable cause.
In the very beginning, and you dismissed it saying, oh, I find probable cause just because I have all the recording.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you did. Because I said, you're going down the roadway and you're doing something he thinks is illegal, gives him a right to stop you.
Yeah, but again, that goes back to the point that we had interactions and he chose to retaliate against me instead of going to talk to a traffic sergeant who's above him, right? Who is ahead of their traffic, who's the one that confirmed that I had every lawful right to do what I was doing.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Being who is above Sergeant Price, and he confirmed that operating an automated roadway is, that's why it's a very true citation.
Yeah, but you don't think it's going to be problematic if Price sits on the stand and says 2 different times I told him he could do what he was doing.
And also since I did make contact with Mr. Crusoe multiple times notifying him that he was not to operate an RV in the roadway. And during the stop, Mr. Crusoe himself said I was waiting for this.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to tell you right now, if Price sits there and says on 2 different occasions, I told this guy that he could operate that vehicle on these roads, I can't see any trier of fact convicting him of the RV.
That's true. Why didn't he have him here for our trials?
I don't know.
Again, because there's all sorts of issues, and all that paper I've been filing, there's issues the whole entire time. I had no intentions of doing any trial, and I even sat here the other day when I said I'm not participating, especially in a trial that ends in a court that owned by the state, you're owned by the state.
Let's talk about that.
All hand with them.
Hold on. Let's talk about that because I highlighted that when I got your motion last week or whatever it was. Okay. That's not the case. Okay. Huron Township, let me finish. Huron Township is bringing the charge against you. It's the Township of Huron versus you. It's not the state of Michigan.
It is. It says the state of, even one of the, not even says the state of Michigan against it.
It's a separate legal entity.
And
Well-
you know Neil Gorsuch is, Justice Gorsuch? He's even coming out in the Reagan Center, even talking about how courts like these, that's what they're doing. They're denying people their rights and they're bringing the charges and judging their own cases. That is exactly what it is. You can't have a fair trial that way. Absolutely not. And not to mention that.
All right, well, let me stop you. That's the way our system is at this point in time. That's the only system we've got is where the judiciary runs the courts, the legislature creates the law, and the executive branch enforces them.
I went with Codecademy because I liked the way that it keeps track of everything that you're learning. Everything's laid out in a very intuitive way. All of the tools that you need, like the workspaces and the documentation, the exercises are all in one place, so everything's really easy to find.
If you have a flourishing small business, here is how to not get overwhelmed. As an e-commerce business, I know how time consuming it is to manage a domain here, your site there, and email somewhere else. But having everything on one platform will save you so much hassle. That's what I use Ionis for. Your domain, website, hosting, all in one place. No more jumping between tabs, just one login and I'm all set. And the best part, it's only $1 a month. And I get free 24/7 support with everything so that I can really focus on growing my business and let Ionis do the rest. So stop feeling overwhelmed and tap below to check them out.
That's the system we have. If you don't like it, work to change it, but that's the system you've been charged in, and that's the system you've got.
And with the Chevron deference case being overturned, that explicitly stops them all of the referring to statutory, all this stuff, this statutory stuff.
All right, you're getting nowhere with any of those arguments, Mr. Crisell. You're not going to get anywhere with those arguments at this level. So the only thing you can do is get a judgment here that you can appeal to the next level and appeal that to the next level. And ultimately you may end up at the US Supreme Court and have somebody agree with you, but you can't, that doesn't work here. We've got to deal with what we've got. I've got to deal with the precedents that we've got in place now, not your arguments that you think are going to be accepted down the road. That's the reality. All right. You and I can sit down over a cup of coffee, or I don't drink coffee, but whatever, and talk about how there are, problems with the system. But the system we have now is the only system I've got to work, and I'm going to work it. So what I'm hearing from you is we got to get a trial date and let you get a decision. If you win, beautiful, you can stop there. If you lose, you're moving up the appeal chain. Because none of the arguments you've got apply here. Your travel argument, I'm not buying that. That's never been accepted anywhere that I know of that I've got any reason to follow. I told you.
State's auditors and they've been doing it for a very long time.
Say that again.
The state is, I've also heard, but the state is going and trying to take people's right to travel and saying that everybody has to have his license and all these things.
Absolutely. And but hold on. It's well-established law, might be changed somewhere down the road, but currently it's well-established law that if you're traveling by means of a motor vehicle, you have to have a operator's license.
Thanks for the federal codes and all the states.
This is not a federal court, sir. This is not a federal court.
Okay, go back to Florida, right? Shows again, it's another ambiguous statute.
Okay, look, I'm not going to argue this. I've already argued this with you. I've made it clear from day one that your traveling argument dies. It doesn't go anywhere in this court. So stop arguing that. It's not going to get you to where you need to be, which is to resolve these files one way or the other so you can appeal it if you want to. You follow me?
Well, I'm getting very loving to take it, yes.
No, it's not where I want you to take it. It's where you have to take it, because we're not going to have these same arguments ad infinitum over and over and over again. We're going to close these files at some point.
Should close the month.
But that's because you want them to, doesn't mean it's going to happen that way. I'm not going to dismiss these just because you don't like the way things went down. I don't like the way things went down. But the process has to be followed. As much as I would like to just make this go away, I'm not going to agree with you just to make the case go away.
Really, it's very obvious what took place.
No, it's not. But once again, Mr. Costello, it's obvious to you, but you're not the guy up here in the black robe that's making the decisions. It's obvious to you because that's the only way you can see it. And I get that. Right? I get it. It's your position. You're passionate about your position, but where you're losing it is you just won't accept the fact that I don't agree with you. I'm in charge and it's got to move forward. That's just the reality of it. And once again, man, I hope you appeal it. I hope you make some new law. Good for you.
I mean,
So now we need a trial date.
which I completed, that's the trial.
But once again, I don't care if you object. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's not being dismissed. That means we have to try it to make it go away. That's the way the process works.
Again, how is one supposed to get, again, you yourself, and I've watched you in numerous other videos, okay, I've seen you make yourself, you're on TikTok all over the place. And I see the things you say to everyone, it's very obvious, and you yourself has even admitted to saying things the same way. There is no way that I would ever have a fair trial. Any way, shape, or form.
And that's absolute. Once again, just because I happen to agree with the prosecutor or any other party in a case doesn't mean I'm biased against the other party. At any point in time, I've got to make a decision. Somebody's right, somebody's wrong.
That, right, to make it seem like you're not, but it is exactly how it is. The prosecutor and these courts, they work together.
But
it's all about the state.
Then once again, Mr. Crisell, then you need to appeal my decision when I told you I was not going to recuse myself. You should have appealed that. But we're not going to keep plowing the same field. I'm going to set a trial date. and you're going to be here for trial, or I'm going to issue a bench warrant. That I don't know any other way to resolve the file. I've got to resolve these files. You need these files resolved. If you want to appeal me, you got to have a decision to appeal.
I know many of you think I'm AI. I'm not AI, but this is AI. Maybe in the future I'll get to work less. Haha.
Decision to appeal.
Yeah.
So, you keep sitting there and say, I'm not going to participate in a trial. At some point, you have to, if you want these to go away. And hear my heart, if I knew of another way to get you to where you want to go, I'd throw that suggestion out there. But once again, I'm not just going to roll over and say, okay, case dismissed, because I don't buy your legal arguments.
Which is, again, wild to me because it's very clearly that this ORV thing is being overly applied because it's not.
But once again, it's clear to you. I just told you I don't agree with you. But you can't accept the fact that I might disagree with you. That's unhealthy. I mean, you can believe I'm wrong. That's okay. But you got to accept the fact that I'm in the judgment seat and I've said you're wrong. Then appeal me. That's the way the process works. I understand you think the process is faulty, but that's the process we have. So if you've got some other way to resolve these files, a suggestion, I'm open to hear it. But the only thing I can say is we got to get a trial scheduled and let the chips fall. And I'd love to have you bring Officer Price in here. Because I told you from the beginning, I believe that inadvertent or not otherwise, the Township of Huron kind of set you up to get the ORV ticket. Because I believe that you've been told in the past that you were okay. I believe that.
100%.
But I can't do anything with it here. Put Price on the stand and he says, I guess I was wrong because I told him he could do that. So what are we going to do? You ready to set a trial?
We're leaving with no other option.
I don't know of any other option, Mr. Crisell. I honestly, brother, I don't know of any other option.
Well, I mean, again,
Because I can't keep kicking the can down the road. I mean, I can't have this, I can't. Retire down the road and still have these open files here. I mean, I'm not doing my job. And I don't think it's doing you any good.
been a nuisance.
What's it going on? Year and a half now? Closer to 2. Coming on 2. No, it was February 24. 24. Yeah. All right. So you want a bench trial? Or you want a jury trial?
I'm doing jury.
All right. You're going to represent yourself? Okay. Let's get a date.
Can you do January 30th, Thursday?
You? What day was it? Thursday? Yes. All right, so you're going to send the prosecutor an email with a specific date for that video you're looking for, or that body cam footage, I should say, right?
Hey, searching for a personal loan that's right for you? Credit Karma makes it simple for you to compare loan options, whether you need to consolidate.
I don't want to have to take legal measures with you. Just calm down. You could talk. I am the law!
I love it. This is so amazing. Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
It's 9:30 p.m. at a motel in Dwight, Illinois, where police arrive over reports of an unruly guest. unaware the scene is about to escalate to biblical proportions.
What's up, Lindsay?
All right, so here's the deal. Dad, okay? You are to find. He's the bolo. Bolo. And take him in and drag his ass here. Because of Lucifer, he won't come here. Let's call him right now. Here we go. Ready? Talk to him.
Police identify the suspect, seen here, as 39-year-old Lindsay Rosner, a veteran who is no stranger to police.
Who is this?
Talk again. Tell him you're.
Do you have a phone?
No, this is it.
Okay. What's going on?
Nope. Don't listen
Yeah,
to a word.
you can't be.
Don't listen to a word he
They
said.
called on you. They called on you. That's why I'm here.
Called for me. I asked them to call. Didn't listen to me.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
No.
Because I'm not dealing with you all night screaming and causing this, okay? Here, I'm going to hang up now. He's not involved. It's between me and you. Lindsay.
They called for me. I asked them to call.
Okay.
I asked them to call for you.
For what?
To get. He's weird.
I can't control. He does. Kenny's a grown adult.
Expired plates.
Okay, well, he's all the way in Kankakee. There's nothing I can do for that.
He's here.
Oh, he's here?
Yes.
Where at?
And he said 47.
Okay, well, if we find him, we find him. You need to stop screaming.
It's Bolo.
You need to stop screaming.
Bolo.
Are you going to stop screaming? Because I'm not doing this all night with you.
Did I stop her?
You got called because you were being loud and screaming.
No, I didn't.
That's literally what my dispatch said.
I don't give a fuck what your dispatch said. They lied.
Okay, well, you need to calm down.
I don't.
Okay? Yeah, calm down, please.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I'm Jesus Christ's
Because
daughter.
I'm not doing this tonight with you. I'm not. I'm not. So you need to calm down. Seriously. All right? I don't want to have to take legal measures with you. Just calm down. You could talk on the phone civilly.
Law.
Calm down. Calm down.
I'm the law.
Okay, well, be the law quietly. Okay?
Okay, when I scream, it's Dad. And when I don't,
there's no
it's
screaming.
not.
Stop screaming. Stop.
Don't tell me
You're
that.
going to get kicked out of here. Do you want that? Lindsay. Lindsay. So what's up for you guys? I don't know if she's gonna be loud all night. This is the second time. Okay, then go in your room and be quiet, Lindsay. Stop screaming.
Get me to come here then. I'm done.
I'm just walking over here to come and talk to you. Do you want to Lindsay, do you want to talk to me instead of him?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on?
Seriously, we go way back. You and I
don't know you.
I don't care.
Okay.
You know Jesus Christ, right?
Yeah.
He's my dad. I told you that.
Yeah.
Okay? His name is Phil. In the form, physical form.
Yeah.
Okay?
I heard you.
He had me with my mom.
Yeah.
I am God, Lindsay Marie Christ.
Okay.
So I have the authority and the everything that my dad had.
Okay.
Go ahead, give me your ID. Sir, just get back here. Get back here right now.
Don't shoot me, man.
Put him back there.
I'm trying.
Okay, calm down. Calm down.
Who are you? Show me your badge number. Name. You don't touch my phone. And they don't even know me. Name and badge number.
Stop.
Connor, get over here with that phone.
Here are 2 hours of dumb sovereign citizens getting arrested. Starting with the case of a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen who didn't think he owed any explanation to the authorities.
Hey, buddy. See where you want it down for me? I can't hear you. You need where you want it down for me. Just a little bit more for me, please. Good.
Sun and the moon are about to cross paths again. Maybe you and your mystery man will too. What are the odds of that?
It's against my fucking nature to sit here and talk to cops. Well, what I do expect is for you to tell me where I fit in. What is my crime in these stories that you're talking about?
This is Mark Leroy Denclau, 61 years old, president of the Gypsy Joker Outlaw Motorcycle Club Portland chapter for 15 years. And right now he's sitting in an interrogation room, suspected of orchestrating one of the most brutal murders in Oregon history. In June 2015, Robert Lee Huggins, known in the club as Bagger Bob, made a fatal mistake. He broke into Mark Denclau's home in Woodburn, Oregon. He tied up Denklau's girlfriend at gunpoint, and he stole multiple firearms. But Bagger Bob wasn't just some random thief. He was a former gypsy joker, a brother who'd already been kicked out of the club for stealing money to feed his heroin addiction. And now, he'd crossed the one man you never cross. Mark Denklau didn't call the police. He didn't file a report. Instead, he put the word out on the street. Find Bagger Bob.
But I'm not willing to sit here and tell you stories like some piece of shit rat. Okay? You got your world, I got mine. In my world, rats are pieces of shit. I'm not going to sit here telling on Nicole. I'm not going to sit here telling on anybody.
On June 30th, 2015, Gypsy Joker members found him at a known drug house in Portland. They kidnapped him, drove him across state lines into Washington, and took him to a remote property. What happened next lasted several hours, and when they were done, they dumped his body in a field near Ridgefield, Washington, like garbage. But Mark, he's a career criminal, a man who's been arrested more times than he can count.
And I will tell my lawyer, you know what? Give these guys a lie detector test. Just take a lie detector test. Don't make these cops suspect the wrong people.
A man who knows the game inside and out. This is the interrogation of Mark Denklau, a man who refuses to break, a president who won't talk, and a killer who knows the code.
What's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Also with Clark County.
What's going on, fellas?
Well, obviously we're not from Portland. A couple things we need to do before we chat, and then we'll explain everything. Just so you know, everything here is recorded, right?
Okay.
Police station, it's always recorded. You understand
Sure.
that? Okay. And because you are at a police station, I got to advise you of your rights.
Okay.
I'm guessing you may have seen something like this before in your past.
I've heard them.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read them to you.
All right.
All right. Before you are asked any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford a lawyer, the court will appoint one before any questioning. Okay? I have read each of the above rights and understand them. Is that correct, sir?
Yep.
All right. If I can have you sign right there, please. All right, Jared. Hang tight.
Okay.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear everything you told me today is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
No.